I've got one that can see.
Logic before authority.
Hi guys, this is Daniel Alexander Cannon here on Logic Before Authority. Letting you know that we're going to be doing a live show at around somewhere between 3:30 and 4 o'clock, probably about 3:45 or so today, Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Time. So what we're going to be talking about is, well, a lot of things, a lot of these extreme situations like Maui and Paradise and other places that have burnt, and these extreme hurricanes. And speaking of extreme hurricanes, we just seen one, didn't we? Well, we have another one on the way. This Hurricane Milton is now a Category 5 hurricane, and it strengthened from a tropical storm to a Category 5 in about 12 hours. 14 maybe, somewhere in there. It is the fastest growing hurricane to ever be in the Gulf of Mexico, from all the way from down from just a tropical storm to Cat 5. And we're going to be taking a real close look at it. I've got a lot of data pulled up here that we're going to be looking at during the show. We're going to be going over all of this. We're going to be looking at models. We're going to be looking real close at the flood inundation that's going to be from the surge of the water coming in, because this is going to be an extreme event. We're fixing to see a lot of additional people in a bad way, because they're saying right now they're predicting in the eye to come into Tampa Bay, which will create extreme surge here and also way down into Cape Coral and other areas down here. So I'm going to try to go over all that, and I also need to explain something to you that you've never heard of before, and that is something called a sting jet. Okay, think of a scorpion's tail and how this storm is spinning like this. They say by the time it gets up to Florida that it will still be very intense, but they expect right as it's getting ready to go ashore that the lower side of the storm is going to have some cooler air wrap around and come into the lower side, and it's going to cause a compression of the winds. Think about when the storm Helene went up into the mountains, and as the wind is forced up over a mountain, it increases in speed. This is the opposite. This is cool air coming around the backside and forcing the air down and creating extreme winds, potentially with this storm, because it's supposed to have already 140 to 100. Right now it's over 160 mile an hour winds, but they're saying somewhere around up, and it's supposed to drop back to 130, 140. But with the sting jet phenomenon that they're saying that is possible to happen in this case, you could see winds in excess of 175 miles an hour in an area that is not as well, put it this way, it's about as wide as the eye, but it'll be on the lower side of the eye. And if that's the case, we're talking about this storm surge would be even worse than what they're forecasting here. And they're already forecasting, catastrophic storm surge. And truly, the word catastrophic, after Hurricane Helene, we know what the word catastrophic now means. And it's going to be, they're saying it's possibly, if this sting jet happens, that the winds will be in excess of a Cat 5, just on the lower side of the eye wall. Okay. And I'll explain all that. I've got images I'm going to show you and go through all that. So please join us today on the Supernatural Show. It'll be broadcast on all 8 platforms, including Logic Before Authority, where you're seeing this, and also on the Supernatural Show channel, and on Rumble and all other platforms that I broadcast on. So we'll see you here in about an hour about an hour and 15 minutes or so. All right. See you there. Y'all guys be safe. And if you're down here, I would not ride this storm out along the coast anywhere where you can get this surge coming in. The winds are going to be awful, but the surge is what would take your life likely. Okay. So with that being said, I'll see you here in about an hour and 15 minutes.